Hey everyone, Al Grego here from the Just Good Business Podcast. I'm at Elevate, and I'm here today to talk to some of the graduates of the eCommerce North Accelerator program, and they all just finished pitching. What was it you guys were pitching for?
We were pitching for $10,000.
$10,000. Okay, yeah. So, and we're going to talk to the winner in a second, but I'm going to start here to my immediate right. Olu, and you are with Social Store. Thank you for joining me today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what Social Store does?
Thank you so much. Social Store is a product that helps custom product sellers, pretty much people selling cake and like products that need customization, to help them connect with their customers on social media and e-commerce. We do this helping them to be able to allow their customers checkout without leaving the favorite social media apps that they already use.
When did you join the eCommerce North Accelerator? And why did you join it? What were you looking to get from this?
For me, I've been really particular about like accelerators and programs I join. And because at the end of the day, like looking for a specific program that aligns with what you do is very helpful, right? So when I was looking for Accelerator program, I wanted something that was focused on e-commerce, which is pretty much like the industry we play in.
Right.
So the Elevate eCommerce North program just felt like a perfect alignment for us.
And what was your experience like?
Experience was really good. Was able to get a lot of learnings and feedback from mentors, peer founders, and also from the Moneris team. Specifically, Patrick's guidance has been really helpful and instrumental in shaping the journey of Social Store to where we are today.
Now, to your right, we have Athiya. And Athiya, congratulations. I hear you actually won the pitch today.
Thank you so much.
And I love that you brought the check. Maybe can you show the check to the video here? Because I love it's one of the big ones too. I love it.
That is the check.
It's got the now you're with.
Just gonna cover everything.
Yeah. All right, you don't have to hold it. I just wanted to show off the check there. Now you're with SnapWrite. Tell us a little bit about what SnapWrite does.
So SnapWrite helps brands and retailers create product detail pages from images directly, and all the data they create can be used to power resale for items.
Oh, interesting. So I get a sense that there's an AI component to what you guys do?
That is right.
If I'm a user using your service or your tool, how does that work?
So brands and retailers can just use their images, and all the product information is given to them from there.
Oh, so you upload an image and then it gets generated?
That's correct.
Interesting. All right. Now, when did you start the e-commerce accelerator?
I'm actually going to start it now. I haven't done it yet.
You haven't started yet? Okay. Yes. So, and why? Why are you starting?
So partnerships with ERP systems or companies is very important for us to grow in the e-commerce space or to grow the startup. And I think the Moneris partnership can help us bring more customers on SnapWrite.
Excellent. Now, Olu, you mentioned that you got some really great connections and some help from Moneris. What would you say would be your biggest takeaway that you got from eCommerce North?
I think the biggest takeaway was really helping us to narrow down the niche that we're starting with. Because when I got into the program, it was kind of like everywhere. But through the advice we got from the other like mentors and even founders, were able to narrow down and find a niche to start with. And that's been really helpful for our growth up to where we are today.
Athiya, you haven't started the program yet, but I mean, today you pitched successfully. You pitched your business and you won some money there. Talk about your experience today at Elevate Festival.
I think it was wonderful. So fortunately, I've done this pitch like 20 times before.
Oh, so you're a pro at it.
So it came in handy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been all positive, great feedback.
Olu, now that you've finished the program, what does the future look like for Social Store over the next few years?
Yep. So for Social Store, we're looking to go public with our product in 2025 Q1. We just recently got a Meta app review approved for our product. So what that means is that we can actually get all the APIs from Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp to get our Social Store customers to be able to use it. And for me, when I think about like Social Store, I think about the future of how people are going to interact in the social commerce space. And, a lot of questions that people have been asking is like, how does Social Store compare with like Shopify, Wix, and all of the other like tools out there? And for us, like, we're not really competing with anyone. We are more or less collaborating because we are complementing what is already been done.
Right.
For example, like SnapWrite mentioned ERP, and like, it's something that we can also like integrate, because when you're doing the pre-loved items, right, like people are going to sell on social media eventually. Like that's where all of the traffic is. And with Social Store, we're able to collaborate with all the players in e-commerce space.
I love this. They're networking on the podcast. This is great. Athiya, you haven't started the program yet, but what are you hoping to get from this program?
I think we're really focused on bringing more customers on the platform. And that's my entire focus right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So over the next few years, what are you hoping for with SnapWrite?
So I'm thinking more along the lines of 6-month sprints. 6 months is capturing the market.
Right.
And seeing if I'm doing my job well.
Yes.
People will be able to resell their items and get money for those items.
Spoken like a true startup. What are you talking about, Al? 5-year program? No, of course, it's 6 months at a time for sure. Olu, you've been doing this now for a bit. What would be maybe your biggest piece of advice for anybody who's thinking about a startup or an entrepreneur who's thinking of their own business?
I would say you need to really focus on this specific niche and audience that your product is solving the problem for. Because once you do that, you can really now start to really understand like where you want to go from there. It's so easy for people to build startups thinking like everyone is going to use it,
Yeah.
But like you got to find the biggest pain point and go for that market. And from there, I learned this from Elevate. eCommerce not program anyway.
Yeah. Athiya, same to you. Do you have any words of advice for anybody who might be thinking about taking that step?
I'm not at a place to give people advice yet.
Not yet? Well, I mean, you've taken the step though, and you're already winning awards.
I would just say that like nobody knows what they're doing. The only thing is just keep putting one step in front of the other. Wrong decision, right decision. Just make them really fast and keep going.
I think that's great advice. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alan.
Hey guys, Al Grego here from Just Good Business Podcast. I'm still at Elevate Festival, and I'm speaking to a couple of more graduates from the eCommerce North program. We have Will and Tally here. We'll start with Tally at the end there. Tally, tell us a little bit about your business.
I'm the founder of Granularity. I'm a data scientist and CEO here. And prior to Granularity, I was a data scientist at Accenture, where I built and deployed AI use cases for retailers across North America. And what I found was that they were all having a hard time keeping up with the way products are changing and consumers are changing. So at Granularity, we predict product trends for merchandisers and retailers.
Will, what is it that your company does?
Yeah, we are a creative intelligence platform predicting the performance of ads based on the visual asset before they are run, helping designers and creative strategists to be able to iterate and work alongside their clients to create better ads overall, more engaging ads overall.
Have you both gone through the Accelerator program already?
Not quite yet.
Oh, nice. So you haven't started yet?
We are starting October 21st,
All right.
so in about 3 weeks.
And Tally?
Yeah, we've finished the program recently.
Why did you join that program?
Yeah, the opportunity to work with the amazing Elevate team as well as the Moneris team and build partnerships within Moneris has been a great opportunity for us.
And what would you say were some of your bigger takeaways from being involved in that?
I think getting to work with the convenience store leadership as well as the grocery leadership within Moneris has been helpful to us in how we build out our products.
So you guys got some good connections there?
Yeah, exactly. Connections and learnings.
Great. Now, Will, how about you? So you haven't started the program yet, but what are you hoping to get from this program?
Really, we're just looking to help as many people as possible. We think there's great potential, and Elevate connecting us with Moneris is an amazing opportunity. Elevate itself is a nonprofit conference, which is, I think, the first time I've heard of that.
Right.
But as a result, you have some fantastic driven people working here who really care about the mission of helping startups. And I think the best thing we can do as startups is help our customers as much as possible, whether that's to help them create new solutions, help them understand existing solutions, and overall help them engage with their end consumer at the end of the day.
Now, you both pitched today for the $10,000 prize. We already met the winner, Athiya, but Tally, talk about your experience at Elevate today.
Yeah, there's an amazing caliber of people. There's some retail leadership as well as people in the e-commerce and food and beverage space. So for us, it's been a good opportunity to talk about the problem and how we see the industry evolving.
Yeah, and Will, how about you?
Yeah, I always love the vibe here. It's a local conference just based on its nature, but you get to connect with a lot of amazing Canadian talent that is, well, local to Toronto, and you guys have something just a shared culture that you just don't get at other conferences with just these random people flying all over. Sure, that's all fun and all, but this is such a unique atmosphere and vibe that's just so different, and just love the energy.
And it's a good opportunity to connect with people that we already know as well.
Sure.
Because Toronto is small.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as big as it is, it's a very small community in terms of startups, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Tali, I mean, let's talk about, I just learned that as a startup, you're not thinking 2 and 5 years ahead, you're thinking 6 months ahead. What are you hoping for in the next 6 months for your company?
For Granularity, we're scaling very quickly. So we're integrating with ERP systems. So what our platform does is it predicts products based on social media and searches. So it tells merchandisers which new products to buy into. So for us, we need to integrate with their systems in order to do that as quickly as possible. So for us, in order to scale, we're building integrations into big systems, and Moneris is one of those partnerships that we're looking at as well.
And Will, to you as well, I mean, you haven't started the program yet, but in terms of the next 6 months for your program, what are you hoping for?
Yeah, we are really hoping to just build with people. I'm an engineer by background, turned an AI engineer over time, marketer even before that. But I just want to build alongside people and create something cool together. A startup is not a singular journey, despite what many founders would say. You're constantly working alongside your team, working alongside other companies, and working alongside your customer, most importantly. And that's what I'm really looking forward to being able to do here, which is a deep connection with customers who are using the Moneris platform today.
And final question for both of you, Tali, first. If you had any advice for somebody an entrepreneur or somebody who's thinking about taking that step into, starting their own business, I mean, what would that be?
Yeah, I think it's grit all the way. So for us, it's about, how do you keep going and keep going? And you really train that muscle to continue to go every day, wake up and continue to work on it.
Okay. Do you find yourself driven because it is your creation, you have the energy that it takes to push through that?
I'm driven by the problem. I think what excites me is working with big grocery stores and big retailers and seeing the impact that our platform can have on their products, or seeing products on the shelves that they stocked because of recommendations from our platform. So I think it's exciting to see our impact in the world.
Will, same to you. What would be your biggest advice for somebody who's maybe, afraid to take that first step?
Unfortunately, I have a more pessimistic view on startups overall, which is if you have to take your first step, you have to first admit to yourself, you do have some kind of brain defect to want to do a startup over a standard job. All right. A standard job, you're going to get a guaranteed salary. Sure. Startups are very, very hard. I used to work in the corporate world, Amazon for background there, and that is such a cushier lifestyle than you will get with a startup.
Right.
But once you admit to yourself that you have to do this, that there is something wrong, then there's nothing that can really stop you, because you have embraced who you are. And that just might be someone who is not meant for the corporate world, or someone who just wants to have this own control and creativity that you can't get otherwise.
Well, that's quite the unique point of view there, but it sounds good to me, especially, if it's your creation, you're going to work harder for it, right? And
100%.
But you don't have that cushion to fall back on if you fail. So how do you deal with, is it an anxiety for you, or do you kind of embrace that?
I think
you want the real answer or the
real talk. Let's hear real talk. Go for it, Tali.
Oh no, I mean, it's scary.
We were crying together like 2 weeks ago at a corporate retreat.
Okay.
Just
crying? I don't remember crying, but yeah, it was because we went to a retreat and founders talked about their biggest failures, and these are companies that are super successful now. So they were talking about their failures. When you're in it, it's really hard it's kind of like when you're at the gym, right? You just you're enjoying it if you're watching a good movie, but otherwise you want to get out of there.
Right. Yeah.
But once you're out of there, you feel great. So once we're out of here, maybe we'll feel.
How about you, Will?
It is a rough journey, but you just take it one step at a time. You are liable for all those bad days, but you are also liable for all those good, incredible days that are sometimes far and few between. But you have to latch onto those moments that help drive you.
Well put. And I mean, coming from a 20-year corporate training background, to me, FAIL was always an acronym for first attempt in learning. I know it's a little cheesy, but it's kind of true. If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn from them, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Startups are full of mistakes, and it's all just a learning process.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time, both of you.
Thanks, Alan.
Thank you very much.